wanted to pop in live today because we're doing our day one for our clarity challenge in a few hours. And I'm taking a quick break just because I was thinking about the growth and the development of my amazing gift, my amazing gift, Zachary, and how from the process of being diagnosed and accepting to our growth over time to the ability for us to find the positive in the midst of all the unexpected uncertainties that happens every single day. Yesterday he called me. I dropped him off at a program that he's working on for getting into his next level as he prepared to get ready for college classes. And we were in an unforeseen circumstance. He thought he was going to have his own room for the dorm night, the trial period in the dorm for the week. And he realized he has a roommate. So he called me and he was like, Mom, I have a roommate and I wasn't ready for this. He's like frustrated, he's upset, and I'm helping him to move from this space that he was now in. Right? I said, How was your day? He said, Oh, the day was really well. I enjoyed the program. I liked the kids. The other young adults and what we were doing. He told me all the great things that were happening. But when we would get to the conversation about the rooming situation, then he would get frustrated again. So I began my theory, my little framework that I've been doing for most of my life that helps me to get through all of the challenges that are happening. Hey, vegan dolls, I know it took me back in the days, right? Guys, make sure you're subscribed and following and definitely pass this along. And one of the things that I do, and I'm going to explain my whole SIP process. One of the things I do to get me from that space, and I help my son, my clients, people around me, is the first thing I always say is shift. You got to shift. You got to shift your thought process from whatever situation that you're in right now. So part of the shift was me starting to talk to him about, okay, I understand that the situation you're in now feels horrible, but let's think about the day. How was your day? What happened during the day? And he was able to find some things that he can shift his mood to get back up. Now, this doesn't automatically mean that you're going to go all the way to the happy side or all the way to the side of feeling higher vibrations, but at least distracts your mind a little bit and gets you from your immediate situation, which you may be thinking the worst of, because you're now in this. We're not going to deny it. It's brutal. It's a moment where you feel frustrated, you're mad, you're looking around like, oh my God, what is happening here? The now to shifting through that process of, wait a minute, this may be now at this very moment, but not all moments look like this, right? There's something that I can think of that may help me to shift my move. And if I'm able to shift my vibration from this space of heaviness and anger and all the other spaces on this spectrum towards thinking of something that can help me to slowly come out of it, then that's what I do with him. That's what I do with myself. Now, it's not that hunky-dory way of saying, okay, life is all perfect. You may experience something like having a flat, or you have an experience where you wake up and it's very cloudy and you really have no control over those situations, or something bad just may be happening at that moment. You're not always going to say, okay, let me go find that happy thing that makes me just jump from bad to happy, because that's a huge transitional space to take yourself from. So how do I get myself to positivity? I use different mental shifters, I call them. My Yeah, you see me do my live there where it was nice, and the seas were calming, and looking at the water, the blue waters, or something that would help me to think of some level of peace. So I don't have to necessarily go to a space of happiness and joy and overexcitement, but maybe shifting from that space of where I am right now to a place of peace, a place of calm, to a place of shifting your modality into, even if it's natural, or bringing it into a homeostasis, or kind of even keen. At least it helps you from feeling that anxiety of the horribleness that are happening at the moment. So I know that talking about the day wasn't going to make him feel overexcited about the entire day, but I know if he thought about it long enough, we could actually get to something. Now, there's some people who love to stay in that negative, right? How many people do you know that once one thing is happening negative, all they keep thinking about is the next thing negative, and the next thing negative, and the next thing negative, and you're like, oh my goodness, you're not even trying to get out of negative. And if they're not, that's cool. You got to respect that. Some people want to stay stuck in negative, and if that's the case, they are choosing that. So what I'll let them know is right now you are choosing to stay in this space. How does it feel to you? And they're like, oh, I like it, or I don't like it, or this is all right with me, because they're just in that space. And I'm like, okay, I hope you know right now you're choosing to stay in this space. And if that brings you joy, or that makes you feel like I like to stay in this place of funk, then do what you have to do. Now, things I do at that time is I'm not going to stay in your funk, and I'm not going to allow your funk to bring me to there. I'm going to start working on me to make sure that your funk doesn't bring me to your funk. I keep myself, I pull out my shifters, and I think of the things. I breathe, I hold space. I elevate my own vibration, so that sometimes, and most occasions, you tend to bring other people around you for that. The old clam is about, oh, okay, so as you're bringing yourself slowly towards them, and as they're gravitating towards you, hey Ray J, guys, let me know where you guys are coming from. What time of the world is it? I'm coming from Brooklyn, New York. I see South Africa's in the house. As you start to think of the things that people around you may be zoning into, or their negativity or their heaviness, then sometimes you have to think to yourself, and what I do to myself is I question, okay, do I want to go into their funk, or do I help myself to shift? First, I work on myself to shift. Then I ignite my own inner fire by thinking the things that makes me feel good, makes me bring about some joy. And I go from feeling in this balanced state to now feeling in my overjoyed self at the moment. And sometimes I can't get myself all the way there. But when I can, I go for it, right? So it takes myself from feeling all this heavy toxicity, bringing myself to a calm, even plain space, and then I'll bring myself to see if I can move this now and elevate it towards higher vibrations. So it's a process. It doesn't happen with just one blink. If you do it continuously, and as you begin to practice it more, then you begin to see these power moves where you're able to shift faster, you're able to navigate yourself better, and you're able to have more positivity in your day, no matter what's happening around you. Now, in the end, you have to accept the responsibility that it's your choice, right? You get to choose. I get to choose. So if I want to choose negative and heaviness, then that's my choice. If I want to choose happiness, then that's my choice also. So understanding that we get to choose what's best for us. Hi, from Saudi Arabia. What time of the world is it? We get to choose our overall zen, our overall vibe, our overall way of where we want to resonate. Then in the end, we can't keep blaming it on others, right? I feel sometimes when we're in a funk, we're looking for other things to be in a funk with us. We're looking to blame other people. We're looking to put it on them. Hi, Carly Jane from London. How is the weather where you are? How is the weather where you are? I see the sun is starting to come up a little bit where we are in Brooklyn, New York. A few minutes ago, it was super cloudy. And I'm doing a clarity challenge today at 3 p.m. today. So I'm going to be speaking about finding clarity. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a meditation track for you guys. I have some old meditation tracks, but I'm going to do some updated ones. Fine, not great, but it's warm. Well, we'll take it, right? Right? We'll take it. Not great, but it's warm. And that's like how it is here. We can stay in the funk of the cloudiness and the doom. And sometimes the weather itself can make us feel less vibrant. But then I like to find, okay, the weather might be like this, but there's something that feels good about the moment right now. How about the fact that I'm alive? Guys, make sure you're subscribed if you want to hear my voice or just hear more positivity in your timeline or in your time space. And just make sure that in that space that we find something that we can align that doesn't make us feel so heavy at the moment. It's simple things I do. I have a list of things I do for clarity and the breath work, and of course lighting a candle, meditation, prayer. My list of shifters is a lot. Writing and journaling, um, speaking to someone, or bringing myself around other positive people or other people who are in a higher vibration. That is key. I try to get away from the Debbie Downers and the ones who love to complain about everything. Okay, cool. You're entitled. You get to choose that. But I also get to choose the environment I get to be around and the energy I get to have around me. And if I don't want to, if I feel I'm at the point where I can't hold on to my positivity for so long, that I need to gleam on others, then sometimes I have to make the choice not to be around people who just want to focus on doomsday. And it's okay. They're entitled to choose that spot. And I'm entitled to make the choice for me to keep working on me, because what I realize is that one positive leads to continuous positive, it leads to more positive, it leads to more positive. And then one negative can lead to more negative, to lead to even more negative. And I have the perfect example of that. How many times you woke up in the morning and stumped your toe on the side of your bed? And as soon as you did that, you're like, oh man. And then you move on to the next thing, and then you put on your clothes and you get a stain on your shirt, and you're like, oh man. And then you say, today's going to be a horrible day. And you just literally claimed it for yourself for the day. And you didn't even realize that you set your energy towards this negativity based on your thoughts, words, actions, and how you're moving through the space, not realizing that you also have the ability to choose, right? Like how she said, warm but great. Right? You can move into that space of, oh man, I stubbed my toe and it hurts, but dang it, at least my other 9 toes are okay. Or it hurts right now for this moment, but in a few minutes this is not gonna be as painful, right? Guys, make sure you subscribe. I see you guys popping in. Subscribe, and if you want to hear more messages, hit your notifications button. Identify, zone in, own it, own how you feel, and own your capacity to change how you feel. You have the ability, we have the ability to shift how our day goes. We have the ability to ignite that inner fire. That means take one thing and zoom in on another thing, and then zoom in on another thing, and build up the increased time of you thinking of things that can help you to shift out of that zone. So if you create that list of shifters, that will be amazing, right? So you just use this when unexpected crap happens, when the things that you don't want. It's not raining, so I take it, right, Carly? I'm talking about that. It's not raining, but I'll take it, right? In New York right now, it was kind of dark, but now the sun is coming up a little bit, so I'm like, all right, cool. I can take that. Plus, I don't have to wear this heavy jacket, heavy coat like I've been doing for all winter. So, and I get to leave a message for you guys. A few minutes I get to come in. I get to touch someone's lives just by being present and being myself. I don't have to teach right now. I'm going to go in and teach my clarity challenge in about another 2 hours. I'll be in a different mind zone. But now it's just a conversation and just sharing what my spirit led me to lead. And I just wanted to be obedient to that process. So my goal is to pop in every day, every other day, pop in and share some high vibes with other people amidst the storms, amidst the challenges that may be happening, so that you can walk away from it feeling like this was one of your shifters for the day. Have a blessed and amazing day. Thank you for passing through. Make sure you subscribe, and I catch you on the next day when I just bring some more light into your space. Choose light. It definitely helps to see more and feel more clearly in the midst of the darkness. Choose light. I choose light, and I hope, and I resonate with you. I share with you. I'm radiating my light to you, and I hope you receive it. Let me know if you do.